ready for play. We're just a few seconds into the fourth quarter. Big play to start. Waits inside, spinning off the tackle into the end zone for a Petal Panther touchdown. That's the fourth touchdown of the ball game for Big Bo Waits. What a great job, Tommy. We can't say enough of the shoes he's out there filling for Tyus Rain. Just those tough, gritty yards. Those 3 yards. You know, Natchez had to think they were going to run the football, and they did. They ran it, pounded it right down their throat. Touchdown for the Panthers.
You know, Corey, and I talked about how much he's improved since he's been had to fill in for Tyrus. But have you ever noticed when he gets tackled, he always falls forward. You know, and that's what I like about him.
I love it, too, and it seems like he tries as he's going down to even spin and get that extra yard.
Yeah.
We have a flag down on the extra point chance here. And the call is offsides against the defense. So it's going to be declined. Petal will, of course, line up and try and kick the extra point. We talked, Kyle did a good job of mentioning, and you did too, Tommy, trying to get that quick strike, get that 3-score lead back.
Yep.
But it only took 30 seconds to do it. So you know, there's a lot of game left. And the ball is going to be spotted now at the 3 as we're back for live action following the penalty that was declined. So here's Reynolds on to attempt the point after. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick is up. The kick is good. 11:39 to play in the fourth quarter. Our score, Petal 35, Natchez 14. Kyle, you can't get much better than that. That's some quick strike offense, isn't it?
It sure is. Just a perfect pass to Jamarcus. Just a little bit more, he would have had a touchdown there. But you know, that's 2 almost touchdown passes that Larson had thrown. One to Jesse, and he got inside the 5-yard line. You know, Larson has no touchdown passes, but he's probably got over 200 yards passing tonight. Just excellent job there by Larson Barker. And you know, I think if we get a stop here, one stop here is what we need here to clinch this one. If you can get a turnover or get Natchez to punt here, turn the ball over on downs, I think this is a ball game right here to win.
All right, Kyle, thanks. Some in-game stats for you. 18 carries now and 79 yards for Bo Waits with 4 touchdowns. So 79 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's earning your paycheck.
Yes, he's earning himself a WDM Player of the Week.
I'll tell you what, and couldn't happen to a better kid. This is a kid who loves Petal football. I know he works hard, as all these kids do, and loves seeing him out there performing well. Here's Reynolds' kick, floating back. Will be taken at the 1-yard line, backpedaling. We'll see what their special teams can do down deep. Good return, a huge hit, blindsided, cross knocked down. Tommy, he got hit at the 17, and his forward progress was stopped at the 21. Yeah, he literally flew about 4 yards forward on that hit.
Bourgeois, Bourgeois made him. He had a good angle at him, and I mean, he put a whopper on him.
Sure did. He got hit blindsided at the 17 and flew forward to the 21-yard line. So a 4-yard assist from Bourgeois on that play. So from the 21-yard line, we've got the official stopping, and he's going to ask Hayden Lott now to come out of the game, the defensive end. And I'll tell you, Tommy, anytime you have to have a player come out, I don't know if he's cut or what's the problem. I think he may have some blood there on his hand. But anytime Hayden Lott comes out of the game and you can replace him with Chris Knight, you're not losing a lot. Of course, you want to see Hayden out there because he's such a good defensive lineman.
True.
But handoff inside, a little bit of dancing. Do we see a flag come in there from that side, Judge?
I can't see.
It's getting a little bit more difficult to see on that far side. It's a gain of about 3.
One of the players yeah, you're right. I see the flag.
I thought I saw that side judge kind of flip that flag out, and he does.
That's going to be holding.
It's going to be holding, I believe. Now they're going to call a defensive penalty against Petal here. I don't know if they call a face mask. We'll have to wait on the official call.
It has to be a face mask from where that was thrown.
And it didn't look like there was a whole lot of contact when I saw that flag come in, so I'm kind of interested as the side judge and the official are talking about it right now. And there goes Knight coming out of the ball game and Hayden Lott coming back in. They called a penalty against the defense. Did you see the signal, Tommy, what he signaled?
I couldn't see it. If it goes 15, it's got to be
it's a face mask personal foul. They're going to spot it at the 39. So that's exactly what it was, a 15-yard personal foul face mask. Spot the ball at the 39-yard line. There's 11 minutes and 24 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Petal leading 35-14. Coach Bull's out across the numbers. He's asking for an understanding here of what exactly just happened, what was called. And I'm not quite sure either. Kyle, are you down there? Did you see what's going on? Could you tell what the argument here is?
I think Coach Bowles was upset. He said one of his players was chopped low on the play. I don't really understand, right now what the referees kind of give him an explanation, but Coach Bowles is not very happy at all, and all 3 referees are trying to give him an explanation. He's pretty fired up right now, Coach Bowles.
Kyle, are they calling a
personal foul against us?
Mask?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure that call.
And we just called another timeout for Coach to get a little bit more to the referee. He's calling him back.
Oh, yeah.
He wants an explanation. He is not a happy camper.
Coach Bowles calling his team off the sideline. He's not happy. And
he wants to talk to the referee again.
Well, Coach Bowles, anybody who knows him, of course, is very mild-mannered, super great guy to talk to. But when he's this fired up, he's not going to get like this. Tommy, we saw last week the calls, the plays that went against Petal. Yeah. He never got this fired up on the sideline. So to see him this fired up, something really has to be upsetting him. He's trying to get the officials to come over and talk to him, which they're not doing. We have a full timeout here for Petal. Again, the play was a little sprint run on the outside for Natchez. It picked up about 4 yards. Flag was thrown before any contact was made. They call a personal foul against Petal for a face mask, we're assuming.
That's all it could be, unless they're saying, a player said something.
They actually would call it a cut block or chop block our defense. And that's why Coach is so upset. Why would our defense chop block us?
I'm not quite sure how you can have a chop block on the defense or a crackback block against the defense. That's a blocking type of a block. So I don't know if I quite understand that call.
Wow.
But anyway, another flag comes in from the sideline. This is getting interesting. Coach is beside himself right now. Play lost about 5 yards. Flags come in from the sideline, and this time it's going to go against Natchez. And Coach Boyles emphatically is telling them to back the football up. Tommy, I have to say that this may be what you call a makeup call. Could I be right?
It appears that way, doesn't it? It really does. If that's holding out, that flag came out so quick, I don't know if he even had time to hold.
Well, it's a penalty that they're going to tack on here from the loss, so they're going to spot it all the way back to the 25-yard line.
A chop block on the defense.
I don't know, in all my years of being around football, playing football, I don't think I've ever seen that call. Kyle, great job to bring it to us down there. We appreciate you on the sideline, my man, and that's why Coach Bowles, still with his headset off, is still yelling at the side officials, and he has every right to do so. So now it's going to be backed up. It's 1st down and 24. The ball spotted at the 25-yard line. The Petal faithful making a lot of noise here. They know that the game hanging in the balance here. Looking good for the Panthers. Pass out in the flat. It's going to be tipped and intercepted. Your boy Forrest Harvey on the tip. Inside the 25, down to the 21-yard line.
Can I say it? Run, Forrest, run.
Have you been waiting?
I've been waiting.
You've been holding that one back. There you go. Forrest Harvey on the tip.
Forrest, run,
catches the interception, returns it down to the 21 of Natchez with 10:44 to go. The second interception of the ball game for your Petal Panther defense, and it's looking real good right now, Tommy.
Got tipped up, and Forrest was waiting for it right there over the middle. And great pressure that time up the middle, so that's what forced that throw.
And you can tell, we talk about this all the time, and the reaction, I believe, by Coach Bowles fired his defense up. To see that coach get so fired up and so emotional on the sideline. Because they got after it after that penalty. They sure did. Barkin off his back foot, firing. He's got Reeves again into the end zone. Oh! And there's the hands in the end zone for the touchdown. And I love it. He just flips it over to the official. He says, I'll be back in the end zone again. I don't need to celebrate a whole lot. Petal moving the ball, doing all kinds of things on both sides. It's a 22-yard pitch and catch into the end zone. One play following the turnover, and the Panthers have extended their lead.
From the time that Larson released the football, he was, 2 steps behind them, and all you was hoping for is the ball was there, and it was. So.
Wow. What a great adjustment. I'll tell you what, Southern Miss has a prize on their hands with this youngster.
That's what I was just fixing to say. I hope Coach Buckley's able to I know last time he was out of town, he was able to watch it on the internet. I hope he got a chance to see that play. That was a great catch.
If you're watching, Coach, you've got a nice little toy to play with moving forward for Southern Miss. The extra point was up and was actually shanked off to the right. First time we've seen an extra point miss this year. Our score, it's 41-14. Petal with a huge lead. 10:37 left to play. Kyle, you can't do much better than that. You get a big defensive stop, a turnover, one play, 22 yards, and a touchdown.
The other old saying that players try to simulate their coach. Coach Bowles was fired up after that penalty. He got on the field after the interception. He called a touchdown, perfect play right there. Our guys really responded to Coach Bowles getting fired up, getting on the refs right there. Nonetheless, we score. It's 41-14, and pretty much this game is in hand right now.
Yeah, it's looking good for Petal, the way their defense has responded and the way their defense has played throughout the night. With 10:37 to play in the fourth quarter, Tommy, we're getting closer possibly to wrapping this one in red and white, but not so fast. We saw what happened on the road last week at Brandon. Brandon made a ball game out of that one after they trailed 24-0. So long way to go. Kickoff will go into the end zone for Reynolds. It'll go as a touchback, so they'll move it out to the 20-yard line. Again, there's 10:37 to play in the fourth quarter. Our score is 41-14. And, Tommy, you can't say enough about the way this defense is played. Again, this offense for Natchez hung 54 points on Meridian.
I know, I tell you. And I go back to last week, a very good Brandon football team, and we had them shut out, till 5 minutes left in the game.
Exactly.
And we all know what happened from there. But this defense has gotten better every game, too. You're right, Corey.
Yeah, they have, and I think having Knight back in there rotating at that end position has really made a huge difference overall in this entire defensive alignment for the Panthers. So from the 20-yard line, first down pass out in the flat, caught on the dump off, a gain of about 6, and it is a great tackle. He gets behind Jesse Jackson out there, and there's some running room. And I'll tell you what, Jesse Jackson's made several nice tackles on the outside tonight.
Yes, he has. He's playing well on both sides of the ball.
So Natchez is looking to do something. They've got to get something going, and they've got to do it quick. From the 26-yard line, on the keeper, the option. Great job, not much doing. There's a flag down. Interesting to see what this flag is going to be, and that's our 20th flag of the ball game. So we're just trying to keep up with that. Tackle made all the way back at the 22. Let's see what the signal is here. If I'm one of these officials, after you saw the way,
maybe it's another chop block on the defense.
Well, this one's going to be called against the offense. This is going to go as a holding penalty. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Petal's going to decline the penalty.
It all now.
Yeah,
we've heard it all, haven't we?
We have. So they're going to decline. It was second down and 4 from the 26. Tackle was made back at the 22. Coach Bowles has decided to decline the penalty. So spot the ball at the 22. It'll be third down and 8. The clock ticking. We're down to 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Of course, Petal with a 41-14 lead. And Robinson looking to his sideline. The Petal players waving their arms up emphatically, trying to get the Petal faithful involved here. Homecoming night, Petal leading 41-14. Robinson, quick pass out in the flat. This one is going to be incomplete.
Hey,
out of bounds. Oh, that is a great job out there on the far side. And I can't say enough about how great these defensive backs have played tonight for Petal.
Yeah, just great. positioning on those passes, on the post patterns. That's what you're asked to do. Is your defensive coordinator tells you, get your position, stay in, where you're supposed to be. And that time he did, and he just, on the way he could catch it, was out of bounds.
So in a great defensive stand after the penalty, it's going to be fourth down and 8 from the 22-yard line.
Better watch a fake here. You never know about Natchez.
Natchez drops their punter back to the 10. And they do kick it away from about the 13. Williams back is going to let it go. It's going to sail out of bounds as that side judge will mark it out of bounds right at the 50-yard line. We have 9 minutes and 29 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Petal takes over at their own, not their own 50, the 50.
The 50.
41-14 lead. You can get away with that 99 yards on the field. There's only one where you can't say yours or theirs. So, and of course, on that, it happened to be right at the 50. So,
never thought about that.
41-14, Petal with the lead as they take over at midfield. We've got another score for baseball, if you're wondering. Jason Worth hitting another home run along with 3 home runs early. Bottom of the fourth, Washington leading St. Louis 6-1, so the defending champions look like they may be on their way out.
Yeah.
Handoff.
Oh, there
it's
you
going to be
go.
Millage downhill. Going to pick up about 4 to the 46.
You know, I don't know how long he's been, I think he just, this is like 2 weeks ago, began practicing in practice, running the football. But he really runs the ball with authority. And to be that big, that's just another weapon that Petal's got.
It is. You're exactly right. And he's got great vision to see that hole. And really, he hits the hole very quick. All of his motions, he doesn't dance a lot, Tommy.
No,
all of his movements when he moves left and right are going downfield. So it's nice to have a back at your disposal like that. Just another weapon that this offense has. 2nd down and 6, Barker flushed. Nothing much doing. He's just going to fire this one out of bounds. Good job not to get into trouble. Just threw that one away. Good coverage downfield by Natchez. He may have had Jesse Jackson open at the stick, but he threw it over his head, and that's all right. So they'll spot it at the 46. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Again, there's 8:44 to play in the fourth quarter. This one seems like it's out of hand. Petal with a 41-14 lead.
He actually had Jamarcus open, but I don't think he saw him because he was too busy trying to elude the tackler. So
Natchez brought some pressure. One of the first times tonight we've really seen Barker in trouble back there. He's in shotgun now. He's got trips out right, and they're going to run it with Millage. I love the play call. He's going to dive inside the 45 down to the 42. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down, and Coach Boyles will send out the punt team.
No first down, but that clock, like you said, 8:27 and ticking down, so that's what you want.
Clock hits 8 minutes and 20 seconds to play. Petal set to punt back to Natchez. Again, if you're just joining us, it's been all Petal tonight. Petal held a 21-0 lead. They lead now 41-14 over Natchez.
Oh,
Reynolds' kick is a beauty. It's going to land right at the 10-yard line. Look like one of my sand wedges as it stops right at the 10.
I hear that.
Well, maybe not. It sounded good, Tommy. I don't know. My sand wedge would have shanked out of bounds at about the 40 over here.
Yeah, I would have sculled mine.
So Natchez will take over at their own 10-yard line. 8 minutes even on the clock. Petal leading this one by 27 points. Tommy, this one's looking real good for the Panthers.
Is. And I'm like you and Kyle. Ever since that I don't know, whatever you're going to call it, the penalty that I've never heard of before. Marcus was I hadn't seen him that upset this year.
I haven't seen him. He's very cool-mannered, very calm. I know he probably gets that blood boiling inside, but he doesn't show a lot when he gets upset. Here's the quarterback keeper. Good run, hard run of about 6 yards, staying in bounds on the carry. Anthony Robinson up to the 16.
And my boy, Forrest Harvey, got that ankle tackle to keep him from getting any extra yardage. I tell you what, he's just everywhere. He's all over. And I'm so happy for him to get that interception because, he has played so well all year long.
He really has, and he's gotten better and better with each week, really doing a great job stepping up in that leadership role on this defense, really doing a fantastic job. Handoff with a big hole across the 25-yard line. On the carry goes Sidney Davis, and he'll be stopped up at the 27-yard line. Move the chains. It's a Natchez first down as the clock continues to run here from Panther Stadium.
He had a big hole to run through, but you can see that speed that they were talking about. He and Robinson both.
Handoff again to Davis left side, and this time not much doing, gain of maybe 2. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 from the 29.
I almost said it. Tox clipping.
Oh.
Clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking. It's a tongue twister.
It's a tongue twisted there a little bit.
So we've seen a lot of unusual calls here, Tommy, the last couple weeks. A lot of things I haven't seen a whole lot of when it comes to football. So it's only a 1-yard gain to the 28. Clock running down, 6:40 to play. Robinson's going to throw out in the flat. It's going to be caught. Oh, what a great move he made at the 40-yard line.
Jamarcus
into Petal territory, inside the 20. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds at the 17-yard line. So a big play for Natchez. Not what Petal was wanting, not to let anybody get kind of downfield. They had single coverage out there, and the receiver made a great move in the flat. Got Jamarcus on his back and kind of just took off down the sideline. Moved the ball all the way down to the Petal 17. Again, 6:27 running in the fourth quarter here. 41-14 Petal with a big lead over Natchez.
You know, what makes Robinson so good is he has excellent vision downfield.
He does.
Even when he's scrambling, and he's a very talented young man.
He really is. Just a sophomore, so you'll be seeing a lot of him over the next 2 seasons for the Petal Panthers defensively. Handoff inside, eluding 2 different tackles, still on his feet. A little bit shifty, got back to the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say forward progress, stop back at the 18. So, Tommy, a loss of 1. Good job on both sides. The tailback had to break 2 tackles, but Petal did a good job up front of making the tailback lose a yard on the carry.
Tell you what, they may be up by 4 scores, but they hadn't stopped their intensity, has it, Corey?
No, they're going to play to the whistle as well. They're well coached. And the ball's at the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 11. We're under 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. A lot of the crowd heading for the exits here. This one looks like it's at hand. Handoff right side. Inside the 15, down towards the 12-yard line. It's going to go for a gain of about 6 on the carry. It'll bring up 3rd down and short. So, Tommy, again, there's 5.5 to go. Petal leading 41-14. The game's not over yet. Of course, we saw what happened at the end of last week with those onside kicks. But looking ahead, this is a huge statement win.
Gosh.
What a huge win this is for this Petal team if they can win this one and finish this one off to go up to 7-1 and also improve to 4-0 in the district and really take a stranglehold of that top spot.
Oh, no doubt. This is such a big win for Petal.
Inside reverse read beautifully by that defense on the carry. Davis, he'll spin forward for a gain of about 2. He needed 5 for the first down. It's going to bring up, 4. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 2 as Natchez is going to go quickly here on 4th down. I got tongue-tied there, too. Don't feel so bad. It happens to the best of us.
Well, I did get some of that
macaroni and
cheese on the break, so yeah.
It's so good. It's just your mouth. What happens is I think the mouth keeps salivating.
That's right.
And it just can throw you off a little bit. 4th down and 2 from the 10. Robinson looking out into the flat. It is caught. A beautiful catch. Fingertip catch at the goal line, falling into the end zone for the Natchez touchdown. With 4:25 to go, Davis, the tailback, caught that one out in the flat beautifully.
I mean, Jonah had great coverage on him. It just he put the ball where only his receiver could catch it, and he made a great catch.
It was a great adjustment and a great fingertip catch. Natchez is going to line up to go for 2. So Petal leading 41-20. 4 minutes, 25 seconds to play here in the 4th quarter. And Natchez trying to cut it to 41-22, which would be 19. And Tommy, that would still be a 3-score game. I go from the school of math here. And I'm glad they decided there. They changed out their package. They're going to kick the extra point because that extra 1 point didn't really matter a whole lot. And the kick is blocked. Great job of getting through. And unfortunately, as well, one of the Panthers down hurt. You don't want to see that there towards the end of the game. And he gets up and he trots off the field, so maybe just a wind knocked out of him. But the extra point is blocked. It's 41-20, Petal with a big lead. And Kyle, if you're there, Tommy, with the 3 of us talking, looking forward as we have a break, it looks like Petal's going to come through and get a big victory here, improve to 7-1 on the season, 4-0 in the district. Next week should be a fun trip. They get to march about 90 miles up the interstate, 59.
Yep.
To the unfriendly confines of Meridian Wildcat Stadium to take on a Meridian Wildcat, a heralded Meridian Wildcat team that has represented the South State numerous times over the last 10 years. Kyle, looking forward a little bit, what do you think about that?
Speaking about that game right there, the first play of the 4th quarter, Brandon had a 50-yard interception return for a touchdown. Meridian's now lead is only down to 3 points. It's 31-28 with about 14 minutes to go in that ball game.
Meridian leads by 3.
Hey, if there's 14, Meridian leads by 3.
Wow.
I better not say it. If there's 4 minutes left, it's probably Brandon's got it in there.
Yeah, Brandon's looking good.
Give him 5.
Give me 5. All right.
Uh-oh, here we go with a flag and kick again.
All right, let's see how practice went this week. Natchez trailing by 21. I like that one. We'll take that one all day long as this kick is going to go out of bounds at the 19-yard line. So it was good. Is there a flag?
There's
Tommy,
a flag. That's
Tommy,
the same flag.
Tommy, there's a flag down. All right. All right, he's got his hand up. There's encroachment. The hand up means dead ball, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if it's a dead ball, they're marching yardage
marching
off.
it 5 yards back, same as last week, which they didn't march the ball 5 yards.
Oh, okay. Just thought just wanted to pique your interest, see if you remembered that. Not to bring up bad thoughts here. I'm still not quite sure how that rule works. That's one of those rules that really needs to get some looking at. In college or in pro, this would be Petal football. But the high school ruling is if you're offsides on a kick, it is a 5-yard penalty for a dead ball and a re-kick. I'm not sure I like that ruling. Here's the kick. It's going to be received, interestingly enough, on the reception at the 46-yard line, as these fans know. It was Jesse Jackson. And Jesse had a little bit of an oddball thing to deal with. It actually went through the hands
It sure did.
of one of the Petal players, 7 yards. And I know they try and let these kids say, let the ball go 10 yards unless the player's coming up, step up and catch it. But a great job that time. Jesse Jackson was not letting that ball get away.
No, he wasn't. He cradled that thing. He had a death grip on that ball.
So 4 minutes, 24 seconds to play. 41-20, Petal with the lead. Handoff to Waits inside, looking for some room. He'll get down to about the 41. It's a 5-yard carry. And that's exactly what you want. Keep the clock running, pick up 5 yards. Good hard run there that time by Waits. And it looks like Natchez is going to call a timeout. They have all 3 of them, so they might as well go ahead and use them. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Coach Bowles, again, is calling for the officials. He wants to talk to the officials.
Something's going on.
Yeah.
I have not seen him this upset all year long, and he is really irate with the head official.
Yeah, he is. He is getting after it about midfield here, and he's walking. He wants he wants another explanation. He's standing out there with his arms folded. He wants an explanation as to what's going on here.
Maybe we need to get Kyle in there.
Kyle,
see if we can find out what's going on.
Kyle, can you get in there and tell us what you can tell here?
I can't quite get in there, but I know one thing for sure. Coach Boyles is not a happy camper again. I believe he thought that may have been a little extracurricular activity, maybe from the Natchez team at the end of the play. Not really sure, but he's getting his word in right now. The head official, the white hat, Coach Boyles has not been very happy with some of the calls that he's made this quarter and the end of the last quarter. I don't know if we're going to try anything big here, but the last time he got upset, we know what happened the next play. I don't know if we'll see that again. But got to score up. Oak Grove is up 34-7 over Terry, and Harrisburg 50-12 over Forest Hill.
Wow. All right, Kyle, we appreciate that one. I haven't seen Coach Boyles this upset ever. And this is a man that knows the game. He knows the ins and outs. He knows the X's and O's. And to see if he's getting that upset, he's going to have reason to get that upset.
Well, I'm hold on. I'll let this play go first, and I'll.
From the 41, second down and 5, Waits on the carry. He's going to pick up about a yard forward progress, stopped at the 40.
Well, and this could be something that's going on that he sees that the officials aren't seeing, and it may be some extracurricular activity that could harm one of his football players. And if I had to guess, that could be what it is.
Yeah,
something's going on, and they're not calling it, and it could be something that could cause injury. I'm just guessing here, folks. I don't really know, but I just never seen him that upset.
Third down and 4 from the 40. Pass out in the flat is caught right at the fourth down stick, and there's a flag as on the reception. Backup quarterback number 5, Kyle Smith, the junior, right at the first down stick. He had about a yard past. The stick is thrown down violently out of bounds. So this will move the ball from the 35 all the way down to the 20, and it will be a Petal first down.
Yeah.
And that was not Natchez, by the way, that called that timeout before. Coach Bowles called the timeout so he could talk to the officials. He stopped the clock. So spot the ball down at the 20-yard line following the penalty. And, yes, they have all 3 timeouts left. Petal leading 41-20. This one is looking really good, as we've said, for about the last quarter of action. This one's looked real good. It was 21-0 at halftime. Petal still with a 21-point lead. Both teams have scored 20 points in the second half.
Actually, is that Kyle Smith
it is
quarterback now?
It is. So Barkern has come out of the game. This one's looking good. So Kyle Smith, the junior, he'll hand it off inside, and not much running room at all.
I was just fixing to say Dylan Morris, number 40, Dylan Morris had checked into the ball game at tailback.
Yep, the sophomore Dylan Morris getting a carry. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped. The crowd that's left, some of them up, look like they're going to head for the exits. 2 minutes and 45 seconds to play in this ball game. 41-20, Petal with the lead, and they're down at the Natchez 20, just trying to run this clock out.
Good chance to get some kids in, like, that doesn't get to play a whole lot during the year, get a chance to get on the field and get a few snaps.
So from the 20-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Smith will hand it off inside. That was a good run. Gain of about 3 on the carry again. That's number 40, Dylan Morris. We were just talking about the sophomore getting some playing time, and this is going to set up 3rd down, Tommy.
Yeah, a couple more, bunch of new, fresh jerseys in there now. I don't have time to get all the numbers, but looks like a whole new offensive line, basically.
They're going to give some of these sophomores and juniors a good shot to play here as the clock's running down. 1 minute and 52 seconds to play in the ball game. 3rd down and 7, and it looks like we have a stoppage on the field. It's going to be a timeout, and it looks like it's going to be called by the Petal Panthers. So
yeah, we've got
maybe. All right. Well, they called a timeout. I thought I heard the PA announcer here at the stadium signal timeout, but we don't have a timeout. So they're going to wind it live for play. 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. 3rd down and 7. Smith in shotgun with 12 remaining on the play clock. This is all academic, folks, as Petal's just trying to end this ball game tonight and improve to 7-1. Hand off inside. About 3 yards shy of the 1st down goes Dylan Morris. It's going to set up 4th down as the clock continues to run. Tommy, we can go ahead and pretty much wrap this one up. It's the 7-1 Petal Panthers, the 4-0 in the district Petal Panthers, the 1st place in the district Petal Panthers. And, folks, you should be proud of this team. They've done a wonderful job. Of course, the only loss, and look at the schedule. I mean, you can't play 8 tougher opponents the first 8 games of the season, and the only loss is a tough, hard-fought loss where you scored 35 points on the road against defending 5A best team in the state Picayune. So Petal looks like they're going to move probably. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state 6A. There's some movement up front, and that's going to give the Panthers a first down. And that's going to end the ball game with 48 seconds to go. So that's going to do it.
Hey, number 1 in 6A, too, this week.
Number 1 in 6A. How about that for the Panthers? And they're going to continue to move up the national rankings. They should crack the top 100, which will put them in the USA Today this week. It's always nice to flip open the USA Today sports page on Monday or Tuesday and see Petal High School, Petal Panthers, Petal, Mississippi in the top 100 in the nation.
Yeah, and I know all these kids and coaches are proud of that, but I know one thing that's on their mind, and that's getting back to Jackson for some redemption from what we went through last year up there.
We got a long way to go, Tommy, but I will say this. They've got the tools it takes to do that.
They really do.
As Petal snaps it, that's going to do it, the final snap of the ballgame. Our final score, Petal 41, Natchez 20. Tommy, you can wrap this one in red and white. It's a victory for the Petal Panthers. They improve again to 7-1 on the season. 4-0 in the district, setting up a huge showdown next week on the road at Meridian.
And I tell you what, this team came out from the first snap, Corey, and it was obvious. Hey, we know what we've got to do tonight. We know how big this ball game is. We know that this game could go a long way to getting us to the number 1 seed in the playoffs. And, buddy, they played like it all night long. I didn't give these, we can go ahead and talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
We're going to play, if we finish the number 1 seed, we're going to play a lower seed from the Region 4. And right now, D'Iberville and Gulfport are both 3-0 in that region. St. Martin's 2-1, and Ocean Springs is 2-1. So that's basically the teams that you're probably going to be talking about if we continue, to win and do what we should do the rest of the year. But I am really excited about without Tyrus Rain. Tyrus is a big part of this offense, and we've been able to move the ball on the ground thanks to Bo Waits.
And if you think about looking forward, being able to bring him back in the weeks coming up, he's going to be a lot fresher. He's been off. He's been rested. And with his speed, we've seen what he can do in the when the grindstone's down. We see what he can do moving forward. As a youngster that scored 5 touchdowns in a game and to go through this schedule without rain for most of district play, except for that first half against Hattiesburg, and to be 4-0 without him really speaks volume of the talent of this team. Great job. Kudos to the offensive line. We don't say enough how proud we are and how great these kids are blocking up front, protecting Larson Barker. But just a great job. Kyle, we're getting ready to wrap up here. I know you're standing down there at about the 30-yard line just outside the Petal Huddle. What's the mood like on the field?
Hey, just a very business-like approach for our squad. We got to go out and take care of business every week. Coach Boyle's very happy with the victory. He's very fiery, as you saw there when I believe they cut it, 28-14 at one point.
Right.
And he got our guys fired up, and take the victory. We're now sitting 4-0, the sole possession of first place in our region.
How about that? And the teams that are looking up at Petal have suffered a defeat by Petal, so they have a tie break over a lot of those teams. So if Petal can take care of business and really do their own thing, as Tommy mentioned, if you could take care of 2 of the last 3 games to end the season, because Meridian has 2 losses, if that should be a loss next week, of course we don't hope that happens. But Petal really has the ball now in their court. Everything lies right here on this field. Petal controls their own destiny.
And speaking about the Meridian game, it's 38-35. Still 8 minutes to go with that ball game. Meridian leads Brandon 38-35 in that ball game. Also, final score: Oak Grove has defeated Terry 34-7. And in the fourth quarter, Hattiesburg leads 50-12 over Forest Hill. So we're in position right now to possibly almost lock up a first round home game if we beat Meridian next week.
All right, Kyle, we appreciate that. We look forward to having you on the sideline throughout the rest of the season. Just quick here, some stats here. Bo Waits, of course, I guess you'd have to say was our player of the game. 20 carries, 85 big yards on the ground. And 4 touchdowns. So 20 carries for 85 yards and 4 scores for the victorious Petal Panthers. Again, they improved to 7-1 on the season, 4-0 in district play. And Tommy, they have 3 regular season games remaining. They're at Meridian next week, and then they come home to finish the season against Forest Hill, and then they have that Thursday night game November 1st right here against Terry to end the season. Things are looking real good in Panther country.
It really is. And like you touched on it a while ago about, Tyrus going down, and it just seemed like, starting with Bo Waits and the offensive line just stepped it up a notch. We knew we had a good offensive line, but it just seemed like they have all stepped it up a notch since Tyrus went down. But I did get to talk with Coach Bowles about Tyrus for those that were asking about. And we do have some excellent trainers here at Petal, too, headed up by Pedro Marino. And Pedro has been in this business a long time, and Coach Boyles told him, look, you've done this a lot longer, and you know what you're doing. You tell me when Tyrus is ready to play, and then that's when I'll play him. So evidently he told him this week, hey, let's hold off another week. So we want him full throttle when he gets in here. We want him fully healed.
You know how those hamstrings can go, Tommy, if you don't have them rested at 100%.
Right.
So again, our final score here from Panther Stadium, it's 41-20 Petal with another big, hard-fought victory over a really good Natchez team. 41-20 Petal victorious on behalf of Kyle Britt. For Tommy Hudson, I'm Corey Tater.
Again too, boy.
Dickey's Barbecue, thank you so much. And all the folks here that do our broadcast with us, we appreciate them so much. Our internet crew, they do a wonderful job week in, week out, getting us on the radio. Barbara back at the studio, we appreciate her. She does a great job of getting us on and off. So, Barbara, if you're listening back at the studio, we're about to throw it back to you in just a moment, but we appreciate you. Again, on behalf of Kyle Britt and Tommy Hudson, Corey Tater here. Petal victorious. Wrap this one in red and white. 41-20. Petal victorious over Natchez. 7-1. The Petal Panthers in sole possession of first place in the district. You've been listening to Petal Panther football on 93.1 WGDQ. We'll see you same time next week for a 7 o'clock kickoff at Meridian. Good night, everybody. Be careful and drive safe.